Hello, good morning. Welcome to the news at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM, hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we on Love 99.5 and in all 16 regions of Ghana via partner stations. Also live on myjoyonline.com, X Spaces and YouTube. Coming up this morning, another fuel price hike looms as oil marketing companies tell consumers to brace for higher costs.
Oil marketing companies pass on cost. It is our duty to do that. If their traders are increasing their prices, they would also do the same. And the OMCs cannot bear the cost always.
In business,
the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers warning fuel prices could hit 20 cedis a litre this weekend due to happenings on the global market.
Also, Foreign Affairs Minister confirms state interventions are being initiated to assert the rights of the Member of Parliament for Asante Akim North, who was detained at the Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam. And also, health experts are warning against unprotected oral sex as cases of HPV-related throat cancers continue to rise. These and more with me, Mami Sinyamicha Thompson. Do stay for details. This morning, the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies is warning that fuel prices are likely to rise again in the next pricing window, which is in the first week of August. Petrol is already selling at 14 cedis, 68 pesos per litre, while diesel is at 17 cedis, 71 pesos per litre. The latest rise have also triggered threats by transport operators to raise fares by 30%. Comac CEO Dr. Reverson Opon said on Newsnight that consumers should expect another hike.
We should expect price go up. At the chamber, what we expected the BDCs to do was to give us the same price at the selling window previously, so that we can price same. At this window. And since this is changing, the changes you're going to see will be in relation to what MP had already given, right, in the price floor.
Well, Dr. Opon said oil marketing companies cannot absorb the high cost of crude and are left with no choice but to pass it on to consumers.
This also translates into what I've been always saying to you guys, that we pass on cost. Oil marketing companies pass on cost.
Okay.
It is our duty to do that. So if you look at what is happening now, the BDCs are increasing their prices, and I've witnessed BDCs increasing prices overnight. Some even doing, 2 or 3 times in a day. I wouldn't blame them. If their traders are increasing their prices, they would also do the same. And the OMCs cannot bear the cost always.
Away from that, the deplorable state of the access roads to Ashanti Puerta in the whole West District of the Volta region is crippling livelihoods and undermining access to health care. Deep potholes and badly deteriorated sections have made it difficult to navigate. Fred Kwame Asari reports.
Commuters often have to alight from their vehicles, carry their loads on their head and walk through some parts of the stretch. The situation has severely affected the livelihoods of residents who depend on selling their farm produce to support their families. The community's access to healthcare is effectively at a standstill. Maternal health is most impacted as pregnant women are forced to travel outside the community for comprehensive anti- and postnatal care. The bad state of the road has affected education in the community, as some teachers have refused to honor transfers to the community basic school.
Our President Mahama and our Road Minister, our own brother, Governor Kwame Abuja, we are pleading with him to come and see our road. The long and short of our story is that we want our road to be fixed because we are also Ghanaians here, period.
The residents hope that the Ashanti Puerta Kweve roads will be fixed to safeguard their livelihoods, promote education, healthcare and security among others. Fred Kwame Asari, Joy News.
Now to the Ashanti region, a forest guard is in critical condition after being shot during a confrontation with suspected illegal loggers at a newly established forest plantation at Abeswa in the Ahafwano Southwest District. Now, Joseph Obin's report read to you.
The suspects allegedly stormed the plantation in an attempt to fell trees illegally, but were confronted by forest guards assigned to protect the area. The confrontation turned violent after the suspects reportedly opened fire, leaving one of the forest guards with gunshot wounds. The Odikro of Bosomproso, Nanaya Jemfi, explains the trees were nearing maturity, but illegal loggers have over the past year continued to harvest them unlawfully. The illegal loggers are becoming a major threat to our community. What is worrying is that they are heavily armed and continue to threaten the lives of those protecting the plantation. The traditional leader is appealing to the government to deploy security personnel to protect the forest. If the government doesn't deploy military personnel to protect the forest, the Tree for Life initiative will achieve little. Meanwhile, police have commenced investigations into the shooting incidents.
Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Kojo says government has begun diplomatic efforts to protect the rights of Asante North MP Ohene Kwame Frimpong, who is being detained at Amsterdam Schiphol Airport over alleged fraud and money laundering. Mr. Blackwell says he has met with the MP at The Hague and has received assurances from Dutch authorities that his rights under international law will be protected.
The Dutch Minister for Justice and Security assured that the Dutch government commits to due process and will ensure that the rights of the Honourable Member of Parliament are protected. We wish the MP the very best as he battles this extradition order.
Now, the Archbishop of Canterbury, the Most Reverend Sarah Mullally, says one of the key highlights of her visit to Ghana is the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of a new pilgrim hostel. Speaking during a courtesy call on President Mahama, together with a high-profile delegation of Anglican bishops from Ghana, she said the project, known as the Church of Ghana's Heritage Anglican Culture Village and Resource Initiative, is intended to preserve the story of the transatlantic slave trade while promoting spiritual healing and cultural reconnection.
The Dutch Minister for Justice.
And that site will be mixed accommodation, it will be a cultural heritage site, and it will tell the story of the transatlantic slave trade. And so it was a joy to be there. But also as part of my journey here, as I have had the opportunity to meet churches, I will also travel to visit a school of education for nurses and for midwives, which enables me also to celebrate my background.
Well, President John Mahama described Archbishop Mullally's appointment as a historic, noting that she's the first woman to lead the Church of England as Archbishop of Canterbury in the office nearly 1,400-year history.
This is an important milestone for the Church and a powerful affirmation of the contribution women continue to make to spiritual, professional, and public leadership. Ghana has enjoyed a long historic relationship with the Anglican Church. In school, we all, as children, learnt in our history studies the activities of the early Anglican missionaries in Cape Coast, the school they established there in Cape Coast, and the selection of Philip Kweku to be sent to England in the mid-1700s to study and come back and bring education to Ghana.
And just before we head out, health professionals are warning that oral sex could be contributing to the increasing cases of HPV-related throat cancers. A medical officer at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Dr. Ya Owusua Ofeda, says while abstinence remains the most surest way to prevent sexually transmitted infections, people who choose to engage in oral sex must take steps to protect themselves.
You can use barrier protection. You can get a condom and wrap it up, and then you do oral on penis. But some people who complain that it's like a toffee when you're eating a toffee on a wrapper, it doesn't taste good.
Wow.
But that's one of the ways you can protect yourself. There's another thing that you can get. I think the dentist should have it. Pharmacy should have it. It's called a dental dam. So this is a protection that you put in your mouth, and it protects you as you're given oral sex.
And that's all we have for you this morning on Joe 99.7 FM. Up next is Business on the Super Morning Show.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make I feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
When I say ABSA, you say yes. ABSA Bakiti, we go say yes this 2026 till your jobs start dropping down. Yes, you listening to me right now. I know you get dreams. A work is here, and they work it well. Like me, I want to buy that Porsche car I've been dreaming of. I move into my dream house. No landlord will say me. Join the ABSA family and let's help you say yes to your dreams with tailored banking solutions from loans, mortgages, credit cards to digital banking and more. Make 2026 the year of yes with ABSA. Your story matters.
Who dey brass? We dey brass them. Who dey brass? We dey brass them. Who dey brass? We dey brass them. Brass your teeth. Brass your teeth every day and night. After eating before bed, brass the gems away. The sugar gems, we go brass them. Fufu gems, we go brass them. Rice gems, we go brass them. We go.
When it comes to your teeth, Funnel World Cup. Brush them twice daily with Pepsodent, now in limited edition packs. This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, excuse me. This Milo pack looks different. I'm seeing support energy release BAM on the pack.
Yes, so the support energy release means when you give your kids Milo as part of breakfast, you are giving them energy to help them win at school.
Ah, then I like this one.
Your champs need nourishment and energy. Give them the Milo Energy at breakfast, now with vitamin D that supports energy release to help their daily performance. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo.
This advert is FDA approved.
Remember shit that your mama made for home jollof and watch it. Hey, back to school with Kenke. Hey, it's here, come chop today. Didi shit to home make taste. 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 Onion, ginger, garlic blend, flavor yeah there. Pepper, shrimp, and fish inside. If you're the no preservative, just herbs and spice. Natural we taste, spicy we eat. Didi shit to home taste. Corner, chewy taste. Now that's your choice to make. Spicy taste like mama made. Didi shit to home taste. Didi shit to home taste. Didi shit to home taste. Didi shit to home taste.
What will the world need tomorrow? Smarter systems, bolder thinkers, people who don't just use technology but build it as well. At Academic City University, that's exactly whom we train. Whether you're starting your undergraduate degree or advancing with a master's program, from business and communication arts to engineering and computational sciences, our programs are built with industry for real-world impact. You won't just graduate with a certificate, you'll graduate ready to solve, build, and lead. The future belongs to those who are prepared. Are you ready? Call 0594 030 308. Academic City University. educating future-ready leaders.
Cast your mind back to 2022. The prices were rising. The stress was high. Every liter of fuel felt like a sacrifice. Do you remember who stepped forward first? When others were comfortable with high prices, Star Oil chose you. We cut our own profits so you could keep your AC on, keep your engines running, and keep your life moving without the heavy burden. We gave you room to breathe when things felt tight. Because of you, our star savers, we became number one. Today, the pumps are a battleground. Others are finally cutting prices because they have to. But Star Oil, we do it because we want to. Don't just chase a price, remember a friendship. We were there for you then, and with new innovations coming your way, we are here for you now. Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuels for all.
Get ready, the Joy News Habitat Fair is leveling up.
Welcome back. It's 16 past 6. This is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Kojo, Akoto, Boateng. 6 a.m. news is brought to you by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. Absa Bank Ghana Limited, your story matters. The show is being streamed on YouTube and X and Facebook as well. So if you want to watch behind the scenes action, you can just go to our social media platforms, and hashtag is Joy SMS.
You don't want to see what happens behind the scenes.
If you want to see Daryl's punk, like John Mess's punk, when he was the rock of Anyway, Daryl, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm very well. And today is a big day for Joy Business, isn't it?
Yes, the EcoBank Joy Business Financial Dialogue Series, the inaugural edition, is happening this morning. We're excited about it.
Yeah.
We're talking about financial inclusion through digital transformation. And, well, how do we unlock access? How do we empower communities? How does that transform the economy? And that will be subject for discussion this morning.
And you have a big list of experts this morning.
Oh, yes.
Keynotes. We expect Dr. Johnson Pandit-Esiama, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, to give us a keynote this morning. We also have Jacqueline Dufie-Mpare, Managing Director, Pan-African Savings and Loans Limited. Shaibu Haruna is the CEO of Mobile Money Limited. Daniel Esklu is the Director, Information Security Bank of Ghana. Dr. Nana Kofi Annan is the cybersecurity AI and information systems expert. And Akusia Blay is Chief Business Officer at GIPS. Which other people do we have on there?
Nelson Koshi, the Sagla, who is Chief Solutions Architect and Founder at Koba. William Nana Danso Abiem, Country Head, Consumer and Commercial Banking Products, EcoBank Ghana PLC. Oreku Asari, Head, FinTech and Innovation Department, Bank of Ghana. Also, Jack France, Head of Cybersecurity Technology Standards, Cybersecurity Authority. They're all going to be there. A rich list.
And it will be live on the show this morning on Joy News and multimedia digital platforms this morning.
Yeah.
And it will be coming to you live from the EcoBank Auditorium at the EcoBank head office.
It's huge.
In Accra.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal. But before we get into Joy Business, you know, I've been following the forest fires in France and Spain. And Galamsey has also been one of the biggest problems in Ghana. Now, some businesses and Forestry Commission and all of us, we've been planting trees and trying to reforest the country. And illegal lawyers have shot a forest guard, and he's battling for his life because whilst we are trying to reforest the country, people are stealing the timber. People are destroying the forest for gold. And people are also stealing new timber that we are growing to save the environment. And it's something that really worries me. This morning, we'll put some attention on that particular story as well.
Okay.
Yeah, on the Super Morning Show. But time for the Joy Business Report, brought to you by Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. And who is getting the trumpet for the morning?
Let's shout out the EcoBank Joy Business Financial Dialogue, the first of its kind happening.
The inaugural
edition.
Just a tear rubber. And we are going to have a lot more of this in the coming weeks.
And we're looking forward to a good time this morning. Yes.
I like the fact that EcoBank is partnering us to do this.
Yeah.
Because they really understand how money moves. And it's a Pan-African bank, so we are starting here and we'll spread it across Africa.
Of course. So let's do it for EcoBank Enjoy Business, the inaugural financial dialogue series. We say trumpets. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, Chamber of Petroleum Consumers warns fuel prices could hit 20 cedis a litre this weekend due to happenings on the global market. Also coming up, IMF describes Ghana's performance and the fund program as broadly satisfactory after final review and approved disbursement of $371 million. Also, Made in EcoBank Joy Business Dialogue Series kicks off this morning as stakeholders seek answers on innovative ways to drive financial inclusion. Details coming up. My name is Daryl Kwao. Thanks for being with us. Hello to our friends listening from Kofodia on KT Radio. Now, the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers is projecting that fuel prices could hit 20 cedis a litre this weekend, influenced by rising prices of finished petroleum products on the international market. Diesel currently selling at more than 17 cedis and petrol at more than 14 cedis a litre. Executive Secretary Duncan Amwa says the development makes a strong case for government to step up and help consumers beginning next week.
I would want to call on the Energy Ministry to take a stronger view of what is happening, ensure that whatever crude trading or transaction that is pertaining currently between the two major refineries and GMPC and its partners does not continue to be dollar indexed. Because once that happens, anytime there's a drag on the cedi or cedi depreciates, the refineries would need to factor into their pricing because they will need to be able to pay for the crude that they are processing. Again, if you also are doing strictly commercial and you are not intervening with the crude with a view to cooling off prices on the local fuel market, you are simply asking them to trade as the BDCs also trade from the international market. So government will need to look at it again government still has the option of intervening with some of the taxes like it did not long ago. Thirdly, government should look at the strategic reserve program and ensure that we do not continue to sleep on it.
Meanwhile, Mr. Duncan Amwa has disagreed with the demands by the Ghana Private Road Transport Union for a 30% increase in transport fares.
Petrol is also climbing, but it's not climbed to the levels that I would expect the GPRTU to do at 30%. Although the numbers at this point will be indicating that there could be some hikes in fares. But when you look at where they were, prices that were on the market before GPRTU and its members went down on transport fares by 15%, somewhere in August last year. If you ask me, probably 15, maximum 20% maybe could be fair, but the 30 we are saying could be an overkill.
You had Executive Secretary of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana, Duncan Amwa. Now, Ghana has been able to set aside some $1.6 billion in terms of savings since it started exporting crude in commercial quantities in 2010. There's more in this report.
These are monies that the country has been able to save through the various investment funds and accounts that the petroleum laws requires government to set aside. According to the published half-year results, the Stabilization Fund, which was established to support the budget during declining crude oil prices on the international market, currently has $182 million in that account. Whilst the Heritage Fund, which was established for future generations to benefit from the oil fund, currently has $1.6 billion in that fund. For some, the amount of money realized is still not enough, but others will want to blame it on the current petroleum laws, which have strict rules on how these funds can be invested. Some have even pushed for these laws to be reviewed going forward so the country can realize more from what it gets from the oil sector in terms of exports, exploratory activities, and taxes realized from operators in that space.
Now, the International Monetary Fund Board has described Ghana's program performance as broadly satisfactory after passing the country on its final program review. There's more in the following report.
According to the IMF Executive Board, since the approval of Ghana's program, the country has made substantial gains in macroeconomic stabilization and debt sustainability. Inflation has fallen sharply, the primary fiscal balance has swung into surplus, and the risk of debt distress has returned to a moderate level. The IMF board also stated that sustained implementation of the reforms under the policy coordinating instrument will be essential to entrench what is described as macroeconomic stability. The fund further argued that maintaining fiscal discipline remains a key priority in addressing Ghana's pressing development challenges. To this end, said, it is paramount to strengthen domestic revenue mobilization, improve public financial and public investment management, particularly in the energy and for the most vulnerable.
Meanwhile, the IMF board has approved some $371 million for Ghana, which should hit the Bank of Ghana's account before the end of this week. Now, still on the IMF, economist Professor Patrick Isumin has described the approval by the IMF board as expected flowing actions taken by the government over the past months. He, however, downplayed the impact of the $371 million expected inflow.
First of all, the government would have planned for this already. It would have been incorporated in the expected releases, expected inflows as part of the budget. Then in terms of what it does to our forex, 300 million, if you compare it to where our current external reserves sit, it's not that much. But I think the big deal is that the signaling value that it brings, that Ghana, having gone through such a difficult time, has completed the program. The ECF, as we know, it is complete. And I think it's just going to communicate that we have stuck to rather difficult reforms. We've gone through it. And to some extent, the effect or the improvements that has brought to the macroeconomic environment is present for all to see. I think that its value, the signaling value is way more than the 300 million per se.
You had economist Professor Patrick Isumin. Now, government is being urged to keep spending on targeted areas to aid growth whilst avoiding withdrawing from the sinking fund payments. Now, this call comes following an announcement by the finance minister during the media budget review that government will be spending more on some sectors of the economy to stimulate growth. Partner and head of markets at KPMG, Kwame Sapon-Banye, however, advised that the spending must be well targeted.
I think the direction is clear. Now, the rubber hits the road where implementation becomes key. At the end of the day, these aspirations, we've seen a lot of progress from in the half year. We've seen the direction, and I think we've commented on it to say that spend must be more, but it must be very targeted. So must we be intentional in our sinking fund and preparedness for any sort of volatility that comes. One key one is the debt, retirement in 2027, 2028. I think that the direction that we've seen so far is positive.
You had Kwame Sapon-Banye, his partner head of markets at KPMG Ghana. The Association of Ghana Industries has described the Bank of Ghana's decision to maintain the monetary policy rate at 14% as fair and prudent move. Chief Executive of the association, Chuma Kwabwa, said the decision reflects current economic realities. He spoke at the launch of the 15th AGI Ghana Industry and Quality Awards.
I think it is fair because prices have gone up a bit. If you look at the inflation, the last release, inflation has gone up a little bit. We would have even loved that it comes down further. But I think that gradually interest rate is coming down and industries and businesses are recognizing it. But because of the challenges in the global arena with the US-Iran war, it is causing a bit of increase in prices. And then you also notice that local production cost has also gone up a little bit, and that influenced the inflation levels. So with that development, one may not expect a drastic reduction further in the policy rate. So maintaining it is fine.
That was said Chuma Kwabwa, his chief executive of the Association of Ghana Industries. Now, can digital transformation unlock accessible and inclusive financial opportunities for every Ghanaian? Well, this is one of several questions that we will be seeking answers to this morning at the maiden EcoBank Joy Business Financial Dialogue Series. Here's Pius Kojo with more.
How can Ghana make digital finance more accessible, affordable, and secure for everyone? Those questions will take center stage at the inaugural EcoBank Joy Business Financial Dialogue Series under the theme Driving Financial Inclusion Through Digital Transformation. 3 panel discussions will examine how digital banking can reach underserved communities, how mobile money, agency banking, and interoperable payment systems can accelerate financial inclusion, and how stronger cybersecurity and consumer protection can build trust in digital finance. Among the speakers are Shaibu Haruna, Chief Executive Officer of Mobile Money Fintech Limited, Mrs. Akosia Blay, Chief Business Officer of Ghana Interbank Payment and Settlement System, and Jacqueline Dufie Impari, Managing Director of Pan-African Savings and Loans, among other speakers. The event comes off at the EcoBank Auditorium and will be broadcast live on Joy FM and on the Joy News channel.
And before we go and look at the markets, this morning, crude oil has dropped significantly, selling at $87 a barrel. Gold has gone down marginally, also selling at $4,046 an ounce. Cocoa lost more than $200 is trading this morning at $5,100 a ton. On the currency markets, the dollar going for 11 cedis 71 pesos. That's what major commercial banks are offering their clients. The euro going for 13 cedis 37 pesos. The British pound 15 cedis 66 pesos. The Forex Bureau is quoting the dollar at 12 cedis 30 pesos. There is more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Kwao. Thanks for listening. The Super Morning Show continues with Kojo and the team.
Thank you, Daryl. Thank you so much. Do you know what the weather will be like this morning?
No, tell me. I know it's been drizzling.
Yes, so 13 minutes ago, the Ghana Meteor Agency posted this on Twitter that weather this morning, Tuesday, 28th July 2026. The weather over Ghana this morning will be dominated by mostly cloudy conditions with mist and fog patches forming to reduce visibility over parts of the coast, forest, and mountainous areas. There are chances of pockets of slight rain or drizzle over a few coastal and forested areas, while the upper regions are likely to experience isolated thunderstorms or rain. So southern and coastal Ghana, mostly cloudy in Aflao, Alunoga, Ho, Kaswa. Slight rain likely in Accra, Koforidua, Achimota, Tafo, Kumasi, and Obuasi. Mist expected in Winneba, Cape Coast, Takrady, Axim, Takwa, and Sefribekwai. And we are going to see some variable clouds in Kintampo. Northern and Middle Ghana, mist likely in Kitekrachi, Atebubu, Ejura, and Sampa and Goso, and thunderstorms with rain possible in Wa and Jirapa. Partly cloudy in Yendi, Tamale, Bole, Damango, Bogatanga, and Nalerigo. Mostly cloudy in Techiman and sunny intervals in Sunyang. And the state of the sea is rough. So those of us who will be fishing today, our friends going out to the sea, we are told that the state of the sea is rough. So stay safe and drive carefully. That's the weather update from the Ghana Meteor Agency.
We sure don't think about those who be on the sea, right?
Yeah. They're the people who bring us fish to eat. And so let's think about them. And our inspirational song for this morning is this one from M.O.G.
Is somebody ready to praise Jesus in here?
Nyankopon.
Is somebody ready to give Jesus some praise? Somebody give us the Lord a shout. Come on, put your hands together. Everybody say, hey. Everybody, come on. That's right. Listen, Yakuponye yiwaye, Yapon kasa, Wundi erate. I'm
is music from MOG. If you just tuned in, this is the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. We are running from now till 10 o'clock. And this morning we have the first or the inaugural edition of our Financial Dialogue series with EcoBank coming up this morning. Kojo is here.
Exciting stuff.
And
yes.
I'm also here.
Yes. It all kicks off at 8 o'clock. Make sure you make a date. Don't miss it. It's going to be some fascinating dialogue about our future in the financial digital space.
With a bank that understands how money moves.
Yes.
Anyway, let's give you
African bank.
Yes, EcoBank. Let's give you the fuel tip for the morning. Storage areas for fuel and gas should be secure, ventilated, and kept away from children. Dangerous products must never be left where curiosity can reach them. Prevention begins with controlled access. Comac cares about your family's safety.
All right. Well, today we've got lots coming up, and we'll kick it all off with Say It Right.
Mm-hmm. And it's brought to you by
Kingdom Books. At Kingdom, quality and affordability are their hallmarks, and Société Générale Bank Ghana. The future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either. I say either.
Today on Say It Right, there is a word I would like us to ponder. That's it. Ponder. 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 Not ponder over. The word ponder means to carefully think about something. So if ponder means think about, then ponder over would mean think about over. Now, why would you say that? The word of origin is ponderis, which was Latin for weigh. It is also the origin of the word pound, which is a measure of weight, and later a British measure of value, as in their currency. So to ponder literally means to weigh, to value, to consider. And there is no need to add over when we say it right.
So now we know how to say it right, and Kweku is here. Kweku, good morning.
Good morning, the double Kojos. Yes.
Kweku Santi himself.
Eze.
Onyemiadum.
Oh, yeah.
Kojo, I mean, you are in the built environment, I don't know.
Yes.
What's happening at the, I don't know, what do we call it? From Medina, from the Accra Mall, and you are trying to use the Tesano. What have they put on the road that just is I don't know, is destroying the road? Because just a small part of that road was destroyed, and they had to fill it, and they didn't do it well, and they kept doing it. And now they've just come to pile a heap of, I don't know whether I don't know the construction name you guys have for it, on the entire stretch of the road before you get to the traffic light at Apenkwa.
Yes.
And the entire Adon is just it's just dust.
Let's call Urban Roads and ask them what their plan is to fix that particular portion of it. I've not been using it because of I've been complaining about that place, so I've stopped. Kojo, you see, there was a fault with the road. They fixed it. It deteriorated in a month. They fixed it again. It deteriorated in about 2 weeks. And what Kweku is complaining about is the latest attempt to fix it. But ideally, Urban Road should release a statement to tell road users that this is the problem they've identified. This is how they are going to fix it. This is the nuisance it's going to cost in a week or 2 or 3, so that we know. But there's nothing.
Yes, just come along in the dark and hope for the best.
Signage there or something. Nothing. So, Kweku, let's call Urban Roads maybe later today to tell us what they are doing in that particular area. But let me tell you about Kingdom Books. The back to school promo is here again. It's happening from the 1st of August to September 30, and you get up to 15% discount on all school items. So you can shop in their branches: Accra, Tema, Kumasi, Takrady, Winneba, and Cape Coast. Parents, teachers, and students, hurry while stocks last. You can call them on 0302 764 101. Email them info@kingdomgh.com, and you can shop online at kingdomstoreonline.com. Kingdom Books, where quality and affordability are both assured. Terms and conditions apply. And every thriving business started with someone who dared to dream. And as Société Générale Ghana, we believe those dreams deserve the right support. That's why they have different products and services for SMEs. If you run an SME, make Société Générale Bank Ghana your preferred banking partner. They have the finance lease solution for you. The Boafo loan is designed to support your business growth. They have the factoring and invoice discounting. And they have a lot of things for you. So talk to them today. Visit any Societe Generale Ghana branch today or visit societegeneralghana.com.gh for more information. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you.
Compelling headlines in today's newspaper review, brought to you as always by Syntex Tank, a strong, a tough, Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, Happy Smile, and Star Oil, quality and affordable fuels for all.
Kuku,
let's get into the papers. The Daily Guide newspaper, Wound to me gets more time for plea bargain deal in the Exim Bank case. Buankra project, SC didn't affirm High Court ruling, and then 2 Cath workers convicted for forgery, and then finally on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper, Ademos crowned Intermine quiz competitions champions. That is all on the front page of the Daily Guide.
There's an Intermines quiz competition.
It's incredible, you know.
Yes. Intermine and Ademos has won.
I can imagine the first question. Spell Galamsey.
Be careful. Now, if you go to the Daily Graphic, big news: Ghana completes IMF bailout. Final $360 million of $3 billion approved. There's a photo of an excited KCL Atufo, the Minister for Finance, on the front page. ICU petitions Mahama over Valco proposed sale. 4 years after explosion, Apiati victims suffer in relief camp. They are still in the relief camp. And there's a heartwarming story from the Paga Hospital. And if I had money, I would give this lady more money. There's a doctor who was posted to Paga. And the community donated 20,000 Ghana cedis to her in appreciation of the fact that she's chosen to stay in the community. And she's used that 20,000 Ghana cedis to buy more supplies for the hospital.
Good Lord.
So doctor uses 20,000 Ghana cedis cash to reward cash reward to equip Paga Hospital. And I if any institution is listening to us and you're planning your corporate social responsibility, you should be going to Paga Hospital to team up with this young doctor to do better for the people.
It's inspiring.
Very, very inspiring.
Well, there's some illegal mining story in the Hawk newspaper. Galamsey gangs close in on Bui Dam. Auditor raises alarm over illegal mining upstream of Bui power plant. So illegal mining is going on all over the place, and now the Bui Dam and we're doing illegal mining over there. It's incredible.
Let's go to the BNFT now. Gold powers $8.8 billion trade surplus in the first half of 2026. Private capital holds key to next growth chapter. This is KPMG. African Achievers Award honors Elsie Apau-Klu. And Yara introduces 2 new crop solutions in the Ghanaian market. A budget that kept its word. This is a feature in the BNFT. And Goldfields reaffirms commitment to partnership, responsible mining, and shared value at Takwa. Kojo, online?
Yes, the online review. By the way, just before I do this, can I say a quick congratulations to Elsie Apau-Klu as well? Good on her. Oh, and also to Dr. Julius Debra. Congratulations on his PhD. Very hard one. It took him 5 years to do the work while he was in opposition. Yes, he wasn't sitting at home doing nothing.
And one of the things about the work he's done is going to shape the Kwewu economy.
Absolutely.
Tourism, culture, and creative space in the Kwewu economy.
I didn't know until recently that he was one of the brains behind Kwewu. Yes, and in fact, he started off as one of the earliest trained tour guides in the times of Panafest in the 90s. Some of these foreign organizations came along, trained 15 people as tour guides, and he was one of them. That's how he started off, and then he had a tour company, and then did his first degree, second degree, and now, of course, his PhD. Congratulations to him. All right, online review brought to you by Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
If you go to my Joe Online, we are not seeking Mahama's third term. Ken Crunchy separates case from 2028 politics. Mahama beyond 2028, Ken Crunchy says Supreme Court must settle constitutional ambiguity. 170 parcels.
Who says that?
Ken Crunchy.
Which ambiguity?
The one
he has created his own ambiguity.
The one we think exists, not the one we know exists. Anyway, yesterday we brought you the documentary about drug use and drug abuse. 170 parcels of suspected Indian hemp has been seized in Tamale, and 2 people have been arrested. And the government is probing reported recruitment of Ghanaians into the Russia-Ukraine war. It's on My Joy Online. Constitution has ambiguity. Ken Crunchy opens fresh debate on Mohammed's third-term eligibility. And Wontumi apologizes to Mahama, seeks presidential clemency. And Goldfield says 74% of Takwa mine value stays in Ghana.
CityNewsroom.com, GPRTU Transport Ministry to meet over proposed 30% fare hike after the $3 billion bailout. 10 things the IMF still wants Ghana to do. IMF approves final review of Ghana's $3 billion bailout program. Wontumi apologizes to Mahama. First Lady appeals for clemency, and AI should support nor define learners' future. Haruna Idrisu speaking then. And finally, Haruna Idrisu speaking again about $300 million World Bank loan not to fund free SHS.
Let's do the big story about the IMF issue, and then we'll get into Galamsey and some other stories. This morning, about an hour ago, the Minister for Finance released a statement on Facebook, and it says, IMF Executive Board approves final review of Ghana's ECF program, a new non-financing policy coordination instrument. The story says the Executive Board of the International Monetary Fund has approved the final review of Ghana's $3 billion extended credit facility program, $3 billion, bringing the bailout program, which began in May 2023, following the 2022 economic crisis, to a successful conclusion. The approval also unlocks a financial disbursement of approximately $371 million to the Bank of Ghana, bringing total disbursements under the program to $3 billion. The successful completion of the program reflects the significant progress Ghana has made in ensuring economic stability, and government has maintained fiscal discipline, reduced inflation, strengthened external buffers, and implemented key reforms that have laid the foundation for sustained economic growth. So parts of the statement on the IMF program.
Yeah, hopefully, I mean, this is the last time we go there. We've gone there for 17, 18 times. Almost every time we say it's the last time, and then we end up there again. So hopefully, truly, this will be the last time we are going to the IMF. Let's run our economy well back home. And then let's not be going back. Let me do this story in the Daily Guide about Wontumi getting more time for the plea bargain deal on the Exim Bank case. It says the convicted Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP, Bernard Nchebo-Sianko, popularly known as Chairman Wontumi, has been given another 30 days to conclude a plea bargain agreement with the Office of the Attorney General in respect of a trial in which he is accused of causing 30 million cedi financial loss to a public body. The extension of time was primarily due to Chairman Wontumi changing his legal team by appointing Samuel Atachia following a decision by his previous lawyer, Andy Apia Kubi, to withdraw his services. Mr. Atachia yesterday urged the court to adjourn the case to October to allow the new team and the Attorney General do a reasonable plea bargain. But the Deputy Attorney General did not oppose the request for the adjournment, but he opposed the October date suggested by the Defense Counsel while suggesting a 30-day window. And that is exactly what the court granted. I'm talking about Wontumi. Let me do the story about Wontumi's apology and his appeal for clemency. It's on myjoyonline.com. It says that the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, who has been convicted, has apologized to President John Dramani Mahama and First Lady Lodina Mahama for any disparaging remarks he made about them during the 2020 campaign and the 2024 general election. The apology comes as Wontumi serves a 20-year prison sentence following his conviction and for illegal mining activities in the Samreboy forest. And so Chairman Wontumi says through his assigns and his representatives that he apologizes and that he's seeking clemency. But obviously the conviction has nothing to do with the insult or whatever disparaging remarks. So we'll see what civil society think about.
He's hoping, or maybe he's lobbying for a pardon.
A pardon. We'll see how that one will go.
Anyway, let me take you to the Hawk newspaper, page 7. Galamsey gangs close in on Bui Dam. In fact, this story, we've done it before, but it's not going away. Charles McCarthy writes that illegal miners are closing in on one of Ghana's most critical power installations, with the Auditor General sounding the alarm over Galamsey and mineral prospecting activities upstream of the Bui Dam. The explosive revelation raises fresh fears over the safety and long-term sustainability of the Bui Power generating plant, which supplies a significant share of electricity to the national grid. According to the report of the Editor General on the Public Accounts of Ghana, they've uncovered evidence of illegal mining and mineral exploration taking place in areas upstream of the Bui Dam. Earlier this year or late last year, we spoke to officials from Bui, and they spoke about this. Now, there's a place called Dollar Power.
Yeah.
On the boundary of Ghana and Ivory Coast around the Bui area, where these activities are happening. From my experience in Dollar Power and what I've seen, these are not activities that some small boys are undertaking, because getting to Dollar Power actually takes real investment in machinery and all those things. And so these activities are being funded by people who have the wherewithal to fund this. And like the Speaker of Parliament said, like the President has said and all those things, we know the people funding Galamsey. Let's go after them before they destroy Bui. If you look at satellite images of the general Bui area over the past 10 years, your heart will break. I have spent time to look at that. Like every other day, vegetation is being cleared, excavations are being done, and people are destroying the vegetation, and they are getting closer to Bui.
Do you know what's on my mind? Who remembers Kwame Akufu's solution to Galamsey? Not just shoot to kill. I love the steps that come before it. Yeah. The drone, the warning. 10 minutes later, they will come back and bomb the whole place. If you are there, then you don't want to live. Look, I remember hearing it and thinking, it sounds callous. But at this point, isn't it us or them?
Yeah, but Kojo, I mean, it's strange, but just like the other Kojo, the bigger head has said, if you look at Galamsey, we know the guys behind it. So, I mean, Dollar Power has now become a no man's land. It's like they have their own government. In fact, I remember Baba went to do reports there. The military had to negotiate their way in there. It's like a no man's land where they have their own. It's like the rules of the Ghana don't apply that.
Yeah. It is the people who are trying to make us think that it's a no man's land.
Exactly.
But if we want to do it,
we must.
The Ghana Armed Forces, they are amongst the best in the world. Though.
Exactly. So we must go in there and then take decisive action.
Do you think if the president calls the CDS today and say, march your troops into Dollar Power and clear the place?
It won't be cleared. It will be cleared.
2 hours, they'll clear the people.
It's done. I mean,
but there's something I don't understand.
2 hours, they'll clear the people.
But there's something I don't understand. Does the president not want to be the leader of the whole country?
Yeah.
Does he want some parts of the country to be beyond his reach? Yeah. Is he okay with that?
And that is what Galamsey become, because increasingly these illegal mining operators are operating in such a way that they feel like they are out of the reach of the laws of this country.
I think that. Go ahead.
Yeah, and so all of the time, because the idea of illegal mining itself is such an insult to the laws that we have made. The idea that people can just go into a land and believe that because there's some minerals that they can just take it over. When the law is clear that the minerals is held in trust for the people by the president, and we are doing all of this and we are looking on, and now look at Bui Dam.
With what we've seen and what we've heard from people in authority, that they know the people behind the Galamsey, I think that just like the other places where Galamsey is happening, Dollar Power has been captured by politicians and their friends and their assigns, and they are doing what they wish to do with Ghana's minerals and threatening the Bui Dam. And today, if the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces says, men, move in, they can clamp down on it.
So why has he not said it?
Yeah. Anyway, Kojo, whilst we are talking about Galamsey, there's also the issue to do with the forest guard who has been shot. Now, a forest guard is battling for his life after being shot by suspected illegal loggers while protecting a plantation at Abiswan in the Ashanti region. Let's listen to this briefly.
The suspects allegedly stormed the plantation in an attempt to fell trees illegally, but were confronted by forest guards assigned to protect the area. The confrontation turned violent after the suspects reportedly opened fire, leaving one of the forest guards with gunshot wounds. The Odikro of Bosomproso, Nanaya Ojemfi, explains the trees were nearing maturity, but illegal loggers have over the past year continued to harvest them unlawfully. The illegal loggers are becoming a major threat to our community. What is worrying is that they are heavily armed and continue to threaten the lives of those protecting the plantation. The traditional leader is appealing to the government to deploy security personnel to protect the forest. If the government doesn't deploy military personnel to protect the forest, the Tree for Life initiative will achieve little. Meanwhile, police have commenced investigations into the shooting incidents.
So that's the story. A forest guard has been shot in Abiswa in the Ashanti region. So whilst people are destroying the vegetation to mine, those who are revegetating our lands are being shot, and we need to do better for those people as well. We have a final one or two stories.
Yeah, let me do this quick one about 2 cart workers who have been convicted for forgery. The story is on page 6 of the Daily Guide. It says the Asokwa Circuit Court in Kumasi has convicted 2 people who posed as health workers of the Komfo-Anokye Teaching Hospital after they pleaded guilty to forging staff identity cards and practicing medicine without registration. The convicts, Evelyn Atamankwa, 33, a private nurse, and Collins Ajimambedu, 22, a student nurse, were each fined 12,000 cedis after admitting to the offences before Judge Vida Echayeboa. The 2 were charged with conspiracy to commit crime, forgery of document, and practicing medicine without registration. ASP Stephen Ofori, police prosecutor, told the court the complainant was a public health officer at CAT, and it goes on and on and on. I mean, I thought they should have gotten much more hefty sentencing than 12,000 cedis for practicing medicine and doing all of those things without a license. Anyway,
scary, yeah? It's coming up to 7 at 7. We'll bring you the BBC News, and it's brought to you by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us, Glyco, we cushion you for life. Oba Spaghetti is made for you. Call your people, call your crew. Come chop, everybody come chop Oba. You know, go stop, and Oba come chop, everybody chop. Later this morning, we'll be talking to the Ghana Meteor Service to get an update on the general outlook for the weather for the rest of the season. They issued a seasonal warning earlier this year. We want to know whether it's going to stay the same or it's changing, because me, I'm not seeing top on my farm. Me also. So we'll be talking to them, and also to enable us plan for the rest of the year, whether we should expect more flooding, bushfires, and all that. All coming up on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us. BBC News coming up.
Profits, who pays, and is an overdose kit even in the room when it's needed?
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
This week on People Fixing the World from the BBC World Service.
I do everything. I do all the house chores, I do the food shopping, I do all the cooking, I clean the bathroom, I do absolutely everything in regards to the house. Only thing that Dale does is put the things out.
We're going to attempt to tackle an old problem, getting husbands and wives to share household responsibilities equally.
Because most of the wives have the heaviest workload, it helps if the husbands can also cook.
We'll be meeting dads in Indonesia and Croatia who are learning to do things differently.
And what we definitely need to do is we need to be present. Sometimes I would very much like to go for a beer after work and just watch the game with my friends. But I'm actively not doing that because I want to be at home with them.
I'm Myra Anubi, and I'll be back with this and much more on People Fixing the World right after the BBC News.
BBC News with Fiona MacDonald. The authorities in France say the devastating wildfires ravaging the area around Bordeaux have been stabilised overnight, but the situation remains unpredictable as another heatwave is being forecast. Hugh Schofield is in Paris.
Firefighters west of Bordeaux are reporting a relatively good night in which they've been able to put out a number of new outbreaks, but the overall surface of the destruction has not increased. The situation, they say, remains stabilized, but not under control. Today they will be crucial because temperatures are set to climb steeply into the late 30s Celsius. This return of the heat, combined with a wind from the east, will act on smouldering embers of vegetation and cause them to burst back into flame. Overnight and this morning, the task is to create more fire breaks by clearing brush and to locate and douse as soon as possible any new sign of combustion.
In neighbouring Spain, firefighters have also reported favourable conditions overnight. The temperatures there are also set to rise. Shares have fallen sharply in South Korea as a result of a large sell-off of tech stocks. The main Kospi index dropped by about 8% at one point, triggering a brief halt in trading. South Korean chip makers such as Samsung have been hit particularly hard. The fall is partly being driven by news...
It's 7:02. Would have to take the BBC News off air because of a challenge with the quality of the sound. We apologize for this. Our technical team is working to fix it. So we'll go for a quick break. When we return, the Super Morning Show continues.
In 2025, Joy News brought cameras into Tinker Island and Colombia, two of the notorious drug ghettos in the Ashanti region. We documented lives consumed by addiction. Authorities promised tougher enforcement. Communities hoped the crackdown would slow the trade. A year later, we returned expecting to measure progress. Instead, we uncovered a crisis that has become far more difficult to confront. Not because there are more drug users, but because the drugs themselves are changing. The drug habits remain, so do the users, but addiction is no longer confined in these settlements. It is spreading into schools and university campuses, into everyday food and drinks, and increasingly into the lives of young people who may never set foot in a drug ghetto. On a university campus, this could easily pass for an ordinary breakfast. A bottle of Sobolo, a brownie, packet of gummies, products that have become familiar to many young people. But investigators and health professionals say some of these everyday items are increasingly being used to deliver something far more dangerous: marijuana, opioids, synthetic substances, and drugs disguised as food. Health professionals describe it as one of the most significant shifts in Ghana's drug trade since our last investigation.
So with the infused, you have the edibles, you have the toffee, you have the sobolu. Basically what you want to infuse it with, so like adding weed to something. So I was doing the infused sobolu, which like the whole process of making the sobolu. So you have to first, when you get a herb, you have to cook the herb. Like, so you can use, I use an air fryer. So first you need to cut the herbs down, separate the stem for everything, then put it on an air fryer for like 15 minutes, then you cook it to activate the herb. So we have the half and half and like the full herbs. So some people also want it mixed with like other things like alcohol, strong alcohol, some other drugs, opium and things. Yeah, so mostly I was doing the full herb and half, that's the herb with the alcohol syrup.
Arnold operates within this growing underground market. He prepares drug-infused products for consumers looking for an alternative to smoke or swallowing pills. The recipes vary, and so do the substances. Some request marijuana, while others ask for opioids. Sometimes they are mixed together. He says demand continues to grow.
So when it comes to the infused something, if you are someone who has taken in infused for like you've taken in weed before, there's something they call the zone state. When they take the infused or when they take the subulu, they get high, like so high to extent like they get hooked to it, and like the touching from it is actually very hard. So it goes as far as like some people have to have it every day, or like they want to take it every day. That's how far the addiction is going to. Like they want to take it every day before they eat something. And I know a girl that she didn't really like it at first. She just tried it from her friends, and now she's just hooked to it. Right, every single day she doesn't go with like infused. Like she feels not herself. Let me put it that way, because the highness and everything, like the zoning and the cloud nine and everything, like it's a whole different level. And most guys, they say when they get high, that's when like they're able to like function well. That's how they're able to like steady, write their song, write their music, like do what they want to do.
The attraction goes beyond convenience. Unlike wrapped substances or tablets, these products rarely attract attention. They can be carried openly, shared among friends, or consumed in public without raising suspicion.
So we commissioned a few surveys, a few studies, and so we looked at various issues. One of the key findings that the survey reports came up with was the issue of drugs. We did a poll, or we did a study in second cycle schools. We did a survey in our tertiary institutions, and the findings was that 41% of our tertiary students are aware of active use of drugs on their campuses. 37% of our second cycle students were also aware of active use of drugs in their communities or in their schools. This year we are doing another one in communities properly, so that we can also understand what is happening in our communities. And then we also looked at other things that were affecting young people. And we saw that a lot of the challenges that young people had, one way or the other, still came back to the issue of drugs. And so it is a big problem that confronts us as a people. I say that just like Galamsey is a problem, the problem of drug is widespread that we can even imagine.
Data from the Ministry of Youth Development and Empowerment projects that 41% of tertiary students say they are aware of drug use on their campuses, while 37% senior high school students report same. These figures suggest that exposure to drugs is becoming increasingly common among young people, but psychiatrist believes the changing method of consumption could make the problem even harder to detect, because parents are no longer only looking for wraps, pills, or smell of marijuana. They are now confronted with products that resemble everyday food.
Yeah, because they use it to cook, to bake. You go and eat any woman's chateau and you are not sure. Be careful. It may be mixed with all sorts of weed or other substances. Now they prepare indomie with this, they prepare their stew. I mean, not to destroy anybody indomie business, no, but these are some of the foods they have come admitting and opening up about how they have mixed it with some of these substances. They use it to bake cakes, donuts, and all of that.
The consequences are becoming increasingly visible inside treatment centers. Patients are arriving younger, more dependent, and often after years of unnoticed substance abuse. One of them is David.
Starting, I'm sorry. I'm Kojo. And I'm Madame from Sloan, so Tialaba. Until no one I'm the Suman, and who think I had. I mean, who think I to my can, I mean, see, I think you will be there, and I say, Ibisa. So think I crew. I can say Ashton. Same behind me, I war on the other. Say one of them started actually. Oh, my God. When no man, I'm doing him say, me, sir, me no man, yes, a bomb ya Macquarie, Macoda. And I tramoya, dear, Unoma, here, Gianni. Unuma, here, Gianni, but when you been there, over for my slim. Me no me ano me di na le mada.
Wow. Na indrube na utime.
Oh, minimum 120, minimum 225. Minimum 120, minimum 225, minimum 250. Minimum sad.
Long before he understood the consequence of substance abuse, drugs had already become part of his life. Years later, that early exposure has cost him his education and left him fighting an addiction that now requires specialist treatment.
To a radiadum, yaba, nam doctor for so ne, a nurse for so, never radiadum, the one to a cono be mum dear, Midran Ejano. Oh, the same means enter now be. So I will be on perfect today. I hire by a doctor for need to know for a nurse for to know for house, so any papa copenewa will be a baby.
For the next conversation, but I heard rain, so I played it. I heard rain, so I played it, but I love the song. Millie has done a lot of beautiful songs over the years, and it's 7:12. Now, we've been wondering whether the rainy season has come to an end.
Charlie, I mean my map. I said my app, my weather app.
Yes.
Every morning I check 70% chance of rain, 85, and then it will not rain.
Yes.
Yes. Last night it was 95%, and then it drizzled 3, and then boom.
Well, they said 95% probability of rain,
yeah,
and it drizzled.
So it's rain. The drizzle is like cocoa. Is like you put your hand in water and you do your hand like this. Charlie.
So this morning we want to understand whether after the heavy rains we expect we received the unprecedented heavy rains that happened in Accra that resulted in the disaster, whether that's all we are going to get for the rest of the season or there's a lot more coming. What does the weather look like in the coming months till the end of the year? And we are having this conversation because a lot of you have been sending us messages asking us, and we also know that some of you are following what is happening in Europe and other places and want to understand how the weather is going to be and the impact on our lives. So we reached out to the Ghana Meteor Service, and we have Joshua Asamoah, the senior meteorologist, public weather and warnings from the Ghana Meteor Service, with us this morning to give us a sense of how the weather is going to be for the next few months, even till the end of the year. And Joshua is with me on the line. Joshua, good morning. Welcome to the Super Morning Show.
Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Joshua, your voice is a bit low. If you can speak up a bit for me, I would really appreciate it. I can hear you all right, but it's a bit low. So please increase the wind velocity in your voice for it. Yes, I can hear you. It's better now. I hope you are well this morning.
Yes, I'm very fine.
Yes, so if you've been listening to us, then you know our first question. We've experienced some rain this season. You put out the annual outlook for the weather, and through that you warned us, you gave us things we should do for agric, for flood management, for bushfires, for municipal waste management and all that. And largely we didn't heed to your advice, and then the disaster hit. But since then it's not been raining and we're all surprised. June, July, this is not your typical June, July. What's happening?
In fact, this is actually the typical June, July. So in recent years we had some shifts in the patterns, but if you check what we had this year, it was the typical kind of rains that we get in June. Usually you get a lot of rains happening in June. And the rains we had in June alone this year is actually higher than some amount of rainfall that we had for some years in the past, like a whole year amount of rainfall. And so it was quite a wet June for this year. But what happens is that for us in southern Ghana, we have 2 rainfall seasons, the major rainfall season and then the minor rainfall season. So the forecast that you saw at the start of the year was for the major rainfall season, which ends somewhere in June going into July. So currently we are in what we term as the little dry season, which is a break between the 2 rainfall seasons that we have in southern Ghana. And so we are practically out of the major rainfall season, waiting for the minor rainfall season to set in.
Really? You say this is the typical June, July. This is the normal. But I knew June, July to give us rain almost every other day or something, but this time we experienced about 3 or 4 major rains, and that has just been it. We've not seen any of the drizzles that Kojo is talking about consistently. And you say this is the regular June, July?
So June, July is the typical peak of the rainy season where you get a lot of the accumulation of rains happening. And that is what we actually saw this year. We had some very high amount of rainfall in June this year. And even the number of times that it rained in June this year is higher compared to what we've had in recent years. So that's why I'm saying that this is what is closest to the typical June, July that we were seeing in the past when we're getting lots of rainfall during that period. But typically from late July into August is, like I said earlier, the little dry season for us in southern Ghana.
Okay.
So this is the period that we get. It's not really dry, as in dry winds coming into the country. We still get very humid air, clouds dominate the atmosphere for most parts of the day, but we hardly get rainfall. So that is what someone was saying earlier in the studio, that the weather app tells him that 95% chance of rainfall, and he only saw rain with three, and that was all. So that's the kind of weather that we get around this time. It is the drizzle kind of rainfall, light rainfall, nothing heavy. Occasionally you can have some thunderstorms, but you hardly see them around this time, unless we get into the minor rainfall season when there's less cloud cover, a lot of heating from the sun, and that helps us get the convective cloud that leads to the thunder, the rain that are quite heavy than what we are seeing now.
Okay. So what should you expect for the rest of the year? When are we going to get the next set of rains for us to use for farming, to recharge our dams for water processing by Ghana Water and electricity generation and all that?
Well, so the good thing is that for dam purposes, for instance, it does not only rely on the rainfall that is coming to the southern parts of Ghana. It also serves as a source of holding the water from the northern portions of Ghana as well. As we speak, this is the peak of the rainy season in the northern parts of Ghana. So they are still experiencing their rains, the thunderstorms, the heavy rains are still ongoing in the northern portions of Ghana, which will drain all the way to the Akoto and all the water dam that we have in southern Ghana. But for us in the southern parts of Ghana, from late August going into September, we should start seeing brighter conditions coming in, and that will start the initiating of the minor rainfall season coming in. And that will also bring some rains from September all the way into November before the dry season comes.
So we should plan for rains in September in the southern belt.
Yes, so the minor rainfall season will come and it will last to September, October, November. That is the minor rainfall season for us in southern Ghana.
This year, when you released your weather warning, you said that we'll be expecting normal to slightly early rains across most coastal and transition zones. However, farmers in Sunyani, Dunkwa, Sefi, Bekwai, Abetifi, Achimoda, Akusi, Asamankesi, Ho, Kwando, Axim, and Salt Pond should anticipate a late onset and wait for sustained rainfall before planting or committing to major seasonal investments. Why did those areas get that warning of a late onset of rains? What is happening within those geographical areas to warrant that warning?
There are a lot of conditions that actually lead to the weather that happen in any other area. And for seasonal forecasting, the things that you depend mostly on are teleconnections, things that are not really local, but then they are influences from around us, right? And most of these influences, they have specific areas that they provide most significant weather conditions. And so when you are expecting them to have influence on the weather, you know the areas that are likely to be most affected. And so that is why those areas were pinpointed. And that was actually for the major rainfall season. And updates will come, which will cover the minor rainfall season by September to November. And so I'm sure we'll have a lot more information on the specific areas that will also be affected during the minor rainfall season for southern Ghana.
Okay, now before the 2026 major rainy season, you put out the advisory for various agencies. Do we have an updated one for the minor season or for the rest of the year? I'm asking about this because we are seeing the havoc in France, in Spain. We are seeing flooding in other parts of the world. We are experiencing an El Nino. That's what we've been told, or we are yet to experience it, but I don't know. You can tell us. So what advisory do you have for us for the rest of the year? And are the agencies really heeding to your weather warnings? Do they come to you for further interpretation to enable them to plan?
Well, so the forecast that was issued earlier, the updates came for the northern portions of Ghana to also cover their rainfall season, but they only have one rainfall season. So the updates covered the rainfall season in the northern parts of Ghana. An update is going to be issued very soon. In the next few weeks, we see the minor rainfall forecast, the update for minor rainfall season coming for the southern parts of the country. And we'll have all the advisories to all the sectors, just like we saw in the major rainfall season as well. So I'm sure once that is out, everybody will have the information that they need to plan, irrespective of the sector that you find yourself in. But whether people heed to it or not is something that is actually hard to tell, because when the information is used, you hardly get feedback, and so you cannot really tell whether they are actually applying the information unless you engage them. There are some of them that speak to us and tell us how they are using the information and how they even want the information to be changed or modified. And so we are working with some of them, but not everybody is giving us the feedback to help us understand how they are even using the information in their
And my final question, if you can answer in 20 seconds for me. We are seeing fires in France and parts of Europe. Are we going to have a very hot, dry season? Should we anticipate bushfires?
Bushfire is something that is always associated with harmattan, because it comes with dry conditions across the country, especially the northern portions of Ghana. The air becomes very dry, and so a little spark of fire can lead to bushfire. So once we enter the dry season, it is one of the things that become like a norm, and so we have to be very cautious when we enter the dry season.
Joshua, thank you so much for joining us this morning from the Ghana Meteo Service. Joshua Asamoah is a senior meteorologist, public weather and warnings at the Ghana Meteo Agency. And they are one of my favorite agencies. I've been following them for years. They are one of those groups that are giving very little, but they do a lot more, right? And so Ghana Meteo Agency, thank you so much for giving us this update on the show. So Kwaku, you have answers?
Yeah.
You know how to plan the rest of your year?
I like the rains. I like the rains a lot. I mean, I say it all the time that I could live in a world where it rains every day. But of course, I do know about our city. So when you say that, it's almost like you are cursing someone else. You say you love the rain, someone is like, really, look at what it does to you, all that, So it's sad that I have to wait till September, October, November to get some light rains.
September.
Yeah.
But it's still going to be cool and cloudy. Yeah. And your 95% probability will still give you some cocoa. So don't worry. This is a dry spell before the next rainy season for down south will come. So that was Joshua. Thank you again, Joshua. It's 7:24. This is the Super Morning Show, 05511111997. This morning, there's a big conversation on the Super Morning Show, and it's coming to you live from the EcoBank head office here in Accra. Big conversation. Is the inaugural edition of the Financial Dialogue Series, which is organized by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and Joy Business. The theme is driving financial inclusion through digital transformation, unlocking access, empowering communities, and transforming economies. Jacqueline Duffier-Mpari is on the panel. She's the Managing Director for Pan-African Savings and Loans Limited. The great Shaibu Haruna, CEO of Momo, MTN Mobile Money Limited. It's now Mobile Money Limited. Momo is also on the panel. He will show us where the Sika is. Do you remember? Nasikano. Daniel Esklu is the Director of Information Security at the Bank of Ghana. Dr. Nana Kofi Annan is Cybersecurity AI Information Systems Expert. Akosia Blay is Chief Business Officer of GIPS. Nelson Koshi Dasegla, Chief Solutions Architect and Founder of Koba. William Nana Danswa Biam, Country Head, Consumer and Commercial Banking Products, EcoBank Ghana PLC. Urikwa Sari is the Head of FinTech and Innovation Department at Bank of Ghana. And Jake France is the Head of Cybersecurity Technology Standards at Cybersecurity Authority. And they are all on the panel to discuss the theme, Driving Financial Inclusion Through Digital Transformation. Keynote address will be delivered by Dr. Johnson Pandit Esiama, Governor of the Bank of Ghana. And it's happening at 8 a.m. live on the Joy Super Morning Show, live on Joy News and multimedia digital platforms this morning. But let me tell you, about the Global Conference on Human Resources in Africa. It returns on the 12th to the 15th of August at Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel, Accra. It's bringing HR professionals, business executives, policymakers, industry leaders from 15 plus countries for 4 days for immersive experiences in HR, AI, leadership, and workforce transformation. And all the shakers and the movers across Africa are coming. And we have people from Microsoft, LinkedIn, PwC Nigeria, D-Local Payroll, the Labor Minister. A lot of people are coming. And it's happening from the 12th to the 15th of August at Kempinski. You can call 055-408-1727 for more details and registration, or you go to gchrafrica.com, gchrafrica.com to register. Exhibitors include SHRM, LinkedIn, MTN, PwC, D-Local Payroll, Atlas Copilot, CIFA, and more.
Imagine choosing your own global destination, enjoying flights, a 4-star hotel, and an unforgettable experiences, all paid for. Stanbic Bank, in collaboration with MasterCard, are making it possible with the World on Your Card promo. Simply sign up for a new money wallet, MasterCard, load or reload $200 or more between now and 14th August to stand a chance to win a worldwide travel package for 2 to a destination listed on priceless.com. Simply put the World on your card and stand tall.
If you live in an area that doesn't get water from Ghana Water, we have the weather advisory. From September it will be raining.
Yes, you need to get
especially those of you down south. Go to Syntex and get big tanks, okay? And get your plumbers to connect them to your roof and everything, so you can harvest rainwater this rainy season. If you get about, say, 10,000 or 20,000 liters, you can store enough water for about a month or 2 if you have a small family. Okay, so talk to Syntex today. They have the right tanks, strong, durable, built to handle our Ghanaian weather, and they have 400 agents nationwide. You can shop online as well. You can go to syntexgh.com or you call them on 0244 335 168. Syntex, are you strong, are you tough?
Franco is your leading mobile phone accessories and electronic retail outlet. Purchase items such as Nokia, Samsung, iPhone, smart TVs, Franco air conditioning, chest freezers and refrigerators, washing machine, microwave, blender, generator, gas and electric stove, CCTV camera functions, and all other mobile phone brands and accessories from all our shops nationwide for up to 40% discounted prices on all our digital platforms. Call us on our official phone number 0246 422338, 0555-939311 or 0302-225651, or download the Franco mobile app Franco on Google Play Store, or you can visit our website at www.francotrading.com. Still, phone pop-up.
Kojo and Kojo, do you know there are lots of people who are born in May in the southern sector of Ghana?
May?
Yes.
Well, what's the correlation?
I just thought about it.
The light
thing
season.
Joshua told us starts raining in September, October, November, December, January, February, March, May. So if you're born in May, it could be a product of the minor rainy season in the southern sector. Anyway, Total Excellium is giving you a great opportunity to drive to any Total outlet. It gives you 3-in-1 power. It has anti-corrosion, anti-wear, detergent additives as well. It helps you lower your vehicle's fuel consumption and reduces CO2 emissions as well. So go to any Total outlets and fill your tank with Total Excellium, and you'll drive experience the difference with Total Energy's Excellium new formula. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Mommy, daddy, you know why the children leave home very neat and return looking so different? I'll tell you. It's non-stop action. All the learning and sports burn energy. So those sweat stains, torn uniforms and dirty shoes, they show you that your kid has been very active. That's why they need nourishment and energy at breakfast. So give them the nutritious Milo every day. Milo contains vitamin D that support energy release to help your daily performance. Milo, energy to go further. This advert is FDA approved.
And from now to the end of October 2026, Bank of Africa is offering short-term loans at very slim rates to salaried workers. And you know, Bank of Africa understands that you have urgent needs to sort out. That's why they are giving you that quick turnaround time. Whether it's school fees, prospectus, car maintenance, or that much-deserved family vacation, Bank of Africa will sort you out fast. So visit the nearest branch, chat with Fafa at boaghana.com to sign up, or you can WhatsApp 0244 338 227. Sometimes all you need is that quick fix, and Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a partner, is ready to help you. And your security also starts with you. If you don't share it, they can't have it. So shine your eyes. Don't give out your PIN and important information to scammers. And this is a fraud alert by Bank of Africa in partnership with the Ghana Association of Banks.
Yes, let's talk about Valex Lease Equip Limited, Ghana's leading photocopier leasing company. Why buy a multifunctional photocopier when you can lease and pay as you copy and print, or design your own payment plan? Lease an A4, A3 heavy-duty MFP with sorter, stapler, finisher, production machine with sorter, stapler, finisher, and enjoy free toners, cartridges, free repairs, free maintenance, follow me printing, centralized monitoring of all staff, and nationwide coverage. Forget about the unnecessary expensive gimmicks and save yourself over 60% cost. Join the hundreds of satisfied customers across every sector and all the 16 regions and lease an MFP from us. Visit us at www.valexlease.com or call us on 0244644048, 0535208661, 0208603312. Remember, Valex Lease is a wholly owned Ghanaian company and the terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions.
And today is a big day. The inaugural edition of the EcoBank Joy Business Financial Dialogue Series airs today. It happens today. The theme is driving financial inclusion through digital transformation. We bring that to you at 8, and that will be after we bring you your birthdays and sports on the show. But you know, life moves fast. It moves very, very fast, and your insurance should too. And with the Glyco Life app, managing your life policy is now as easy as checking your socials. Track your policy, pay premiums, submit claims, and download all your documents on your phone anytime, anywhere. No queues, no paperwork, no stress. Just tap, scroll, and you're sorted. Download the Glyco Life app now on the Play Store or App Store. Glyco, we cushion you for life.
Fraud doesn't wear a mask. Do you know why? Because fraud doesn't look suspicious anymore. It can sound polite, seem helpful, urgent, and can even appear to come from someone you trust. But the moment you are asked to share your PIN or your one-time password, the OTP, or click a suspicious link, that's your cue to be alert. When in doubt, always pause, think, and verify. Shine your eyes and protect your account. Stop the fraud. For assistance, call 030-708-6000. That is 030-708-6000. Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank.
Charlie Kojo, I sound like critical though. My doctor friend has sent me a message. He says, Kojo, is true. May has been known to be Ghana's peak birth month. Hey. So people are using the weather for
light rainy
season. Were you born in May? If you were born in May, know that your parents use the light rainy season to do. Anyway, let me tell you this about Cowbank. They have a bank app that does everything. Okay, I mean everything. You can send money in seconds, you pay all your bills, you buy airtime, you check your balance, all in one place, right from your phone at any time of the day with a Cowbank app. No queue, no waiting, no stress. If you're waiting for your food order, you can handle your transfer with a Cowbank app. If you're on your lunch break, you can pay your bills, school fees, everything with a Cowbank app. It fits into the gaps within your day. So do yourself a favor, download the Cowbank app today on the App Store or Google Play Store and see what simplified banking actually feels like. Cowbank, forward together.
The recent floods have left many families counting their losses, damaged homes, flooded vehicles, and disrupted businesses. But for Mansa, while the damage was real, there was one less thing to worry about. She had the right insurance cover with Enterprise Insurance. They say Ento Wada, but Enterprise Insurance is changing the narrative. We say Etuwa Da. If it happens, chill, because we've got you covered. Don't wait for the unexpected to catch you off guard. Secure your home, your car, your travel and business today with our innovative insurance solutions. Go to Enterprise now. Enterprise Insurance, your advantage.
And the Oya Bus app is giving you a great solution. If you're a frequent traveler and you want convenience with your trips, download the Oya Bus Ride app so that you can book for your trip. You can book your trip from your phone, choose your preferred seat, select your pickup location, you track your journey, and even monitor driver behavior for added peace of mind. No station, no stress, no unnecessary hassle, just convenient travel design around you. And it's being piloted currently on the Accra-Kumasi road. Okay, so if you travel frequently between Accra and Kumasi, get the Oya app and choose convenience. Download the Oya Bus Ride app today. on the Google Play Store or the App Store and discover why your journey should begin on your phone. Oya Bus, right? No giddy giddy. Oya, let's go. We are going for a quick break. When we return, we bring you birthday messages and sports here on the Super Morning Show.
Yeah, 24. So welcome. When you monko ye beam, on to say you are jatum. So a jay. A cock nest or I'm for stay and your dear. No come dear, baby, for be bad dear. Mum dear, no cuts me. Meaning nechibi.
My youngest patient started using drugs. In fact, he was recently on the ward. He started using drugs at class 3, that's primary 3. He would look at older people, come and hide behind his classroom and smoke, and out of curiosity, when they have left, he will go and pick the pieces. And he became hooked to it. He became happy with the effect it gave him. So one piece at a time. We saw him on the ward when he was around 13 years. When he's about 13 years, we discharged him, I think, a week ago. But he started at primary 3.
For many years, Ghana's drug problem was largely associated with adults and with communities already known for drug abuse. Today, that profile is changing. Health professionals are reporting younger patients. Government surveys point to growing exposure among students, and substances that were once largely confined to drug ghettos are finding their way into schools and campuses through products that appear ordinary.
For instance, students in the secondary schools do not know why they use drugs. My problem is not so much with the adults, because at least for them they know why. It doesn't mean it's allowed or it's legal.
A year ago, Colombia stood as one of the starkest symbols of Ghana's drug crisis. It was here that Joy News documented an abandoned settlement transformed into a marketplace for narcotics, where young people openly consumed drugs and lived beyond the reach of basic social services. Government promised sustained enforcement.
But when we visit the hubs and the pubs and other locations where they traffic and we meet those who use it, we pick them in addition and prosecute where we find evidence strongly against them. But the focus has not only been enforcement, we also educate. For the first part of the year, we are almost getting to 600,000 in terms of educating the people who use drugs and persons who traffic drugs. Those who use drugs, we have educated more than 600,000 people. And this covers secondary schools. And we have been aided by research that has been conducted by various institutions. Ministry of Youth Development, for instance, conducted a research. Currently, we are conducting some research in the area of Lankwantanan to form the basis, because as a country, I don't think we have any stable baseline survey that we've conducted. We're seeking resources to do a baseline study for the entire country. But it's a very serious concern.
I am one type I take in much. I can take in like 70 boosters a day. Mm-hmm. I get high. I get to forget many things. I'm a mother, yeah? And then as a mother, depression is somehow part of us, you get it. So if you're a mother and you're taking this, it takes you far.
Mm-hmm. Rebecca is 25 years old. She's also a mother of 2. Inside Colombia, many know her simply as Bibi. Behind the addiction is a woman who still speaks about her children, still hopes to leave this place, and still recognizes everything she has lost.
When we say about time, there be a dream done sooner, so it starts from there. A bit clear off every thought like Bibi how be, and then from there, that is when a bear would know. You get it. Mm-hmm.
For those living here, every day follows a familiar routine, finding money, drugs, and somewhere to sleep. Tomorrow rarely features in the conversation.
George, okay.
From Bank of Africa office, a hassle-free solution for fee collection and other payments. Call us or chat Fafa at boaghana.com for details. And Franco Trading Enterprise. Still phone Papa. And today is the birthday of Fentio Tahiru's wife.
Yes.
In effect, our wife.
Our wife.
Our wife.
My wife.
Oh, but I went with you for the
you did
to marry her.
Yes.
So
our wife.
I'm a husband plenipotentiary.
I would like to send her birthday wishes to my very beautiful wife, Hannah Sydney Bafincio. Okay, she's a wonderful human being. My life has never been the same since she walked right into it.
Yeah,
she's my love of my life. I came here specifically to send this birthday shout.
Yes, sir.
Bibri, Emana Honding, any sika, any
yes. And I remember friends to say, good boys,
oh yes. You know,
we have to go back to the house.
Honestly,
we had the wedding in Spintex.
Yes,
and go and paint the house for them.
We have
for giving us.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you. Very
go
important.
Paint the house.
You see, on a more serious note, like me, but I had not met my wife. I'm coming in the bow.
David. Call your vulture. Call your pete.
I'm coming a punchy.
Hannah, happy birthday to you. You're a great human being. On behalf of the family, extended family, all of us, happy birthday to you.
Yes.
May heaven's plan in your life be manifest.
Amen.
And we love you.
Amen.
You'll be seeing us very soon.
Amen.
And Hannah shares a birthday with Reverend Steve Mensah and his twin brother, Reverend Stanley Mensah. They are 65 years today. Amazing men of God with their hearts for the poor and disabled across Ghana and beyond. Happy birthday, Reverend Steve and Reverend Stanley. And good morning to Dr. Brina Ifua Otu. Today is your birthday. Is from your father, Engineer Bismarck Otu, your mother, and your brother. They wish you the very best in life. And good morning to Tracy Ashon, aka Shalima. Today is your birthday. You listen to us every day from the UK. It's from Iraba, Obapa, and Urapa. And your husband, they wish you a happy birthday, which brings us to, and today is also Baba Sadiq's birthday, Ghana's ambassador to High Commissioner to Nigeria.
Please. Yes,
Oga, happy birthday to you. Happy 41st birthday to you.
He's 41 today.
He's 41. He's a young man. And that brings us to the Sports Center, which is brought to you by MTN. Everywhere you go, switch to MTN's eSIM. Download my MTN app to go seamless today. Standard Chartered Bank here for good. DSTV, the biggest football tournament just ended. DSTV has more for you. They gave you front row seats to the action live, and there's a lot more for you with DSTV. DSTV, your home of entertainment and high sense everyday prices for everyday people. Now, for over 130 years, Standard Chartered Bank has been more than a bank. They've been a partner in progress. They are still here with 130 years of heritage to power your ambitions and unlock opportunities. 130 years of expertise to drive cross-border connections that move businesses forward, support your financial and wealth aspirations, and also sustainably impact communities. They believe in achieving more by partnering together with you. So talk to Standard Chartered today. Standard Chartered, here for good.
And if you're looking for premium electronics and home appliances at unbeatable value, choose Hisense, Ghana's trusted brand for innovation, quality, durability, and affordability. They have world-class televisions, refrigerator sets, chest freezers, air conditioners to complete the lifestyle range, including laser TVs, gas cookers, washing machines, smartphones, sound systems, water dispensers, microwaves, blenders, rice cookers, kettles, irons, air fryers, and so much more. And we are also at Hisense standing firmly behind the quality and reliability of our product. That's why customers enjoy up to 5-year manufacturer defect warranty on all of our products. So when you buy from Hisense, you get a peace of mind. We have showrooms all across the country in East Legon, Kiseman, Achimota, Mall, North Industrial Area, Accra Opera Square, Accra Tudu, Dansuman, La Paz, West Hills Mall, Broadcasting Castle, Junction Mall, everywhere, coming to 25, everywhere, literally everywhere. Out of Accra, Kumasi City Mall, Edum, Post Office, Tafo, Tanoso, Mankesim, everywhere. Hisense, best for quality, best for durability, best for energy efficiency, and best for affordability, best for style, best for technology. You can call us today on 0302 550000 or just visit our website hisense.com.gh. hisense.gh for enquiries and more information. Hisense, everyday prices for everyday people.
And MTN just brought the prices down and the speeds up on MTN Fiber for home, and your whole household is about to feel it. Movie nights that don't buffer, school assignments that submit on time, work calls that don't drop, and your side hustle running smooth in the background. 3 unlimited speed levels for you, one amazing network. Now you can enjoy 100 megabits per second for 299 Ghana cedis, 300 megabits per second for 444 cedis, and 500 megabits per second for 999 cedis all per month. Pick what fits your home. No data caps, no slowdowns, just fiber built for real life. MTN Fiber for home, your speed, your home, your choice. Only on MTN, everywhere you go. Birthday boy, take us away.
Birthday girl's husband, please.
Birthday boy, take us away.
Good morning to all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Centre with me, Fentio Tahiru Fentio. We begin from Glasgow. That's where Team Ghana delivered its best performance on Monday at the 2026 Commonwealth Games, headlined by a historic Parrot Sports success and a dominant showing on the track. It started with Zinebu Issa. She captured Ghana's first medal of the competition by winning silver in the women's shot put F57 final. She achieved a season best throw of 8.65 meters to secure her spot on the podium. Here's Issa speaking after her success.
I am excited to have won the silver medal because this is my first time at the Commonwealth Games. I thank Ghanaians for their prayers and support. I was not scared, but I was a bit anxious. I believed I would win a medal.
So that's Ghana's first medalist at the Commonwealth Games, Zinebu Issa. Elsewhere on the track, Benjamin Azimati, he clocked a season best time of 10.00 seconds to win his heat to go into the semi-finals. He said this will not make him complacent in tonight's semi-final.
The conditions are not ideal to run in as a sprinter, but it's a major competition. This is what we've come to meet. Not at all. Coming here, I think 2 weeks ago I ran 10-12, and so running here has been the best time I've ever run in Europe. And so people that are here anybody at all could have won the race. And so I don't have to think, I have the fastest time coming in. No, we don't do that. I don't think about that. I need to come out here and whatever race plan that I have to execute it.
Yeah, Benjamin Azimati there, he registered the fastest time in across all the 100-meter heats with the men concerned. Meanwhile, his compatriot Abdurrashid Saminu, he safely booked his place in the semi-finals as well, right behind Azimati. He cruised to a 10.01 second clock in to win his heat. The national 100-meter record holder says there's more to come in the semis.
It doesn't matter the weather, the windy. My coach always says just show up and do what is best for you. Don't mind whether it's bad, it's bad. Get ready and keep it rolling. So I'm just here to do my best and maybe make it to the final. There's a lot in the bucket. I just need to reserve it for the semi-final. Definitely, yeah. I don't really care about the weather now, right now. Yeah, there's no excuses here. We are here, so we have to keep it rolling.
Abdurrashid Samino, unfortunately, Isaac Bosio missed out on qualification after he placed 4th in his 9 with a time of 10.40 seconds. It was same story for Deborah Champon, who finished 3rd in heat 8 of the women's 100 meters and failed to advance to the next stage. In boxing, though, there was good news. 5 Ghanaian boxers have advanced to the quarterfinals. They're just one win away from entering the medal zone. Precious Akai advanced to the quarterfinals of the men's 70 kg contest in a dominant fashion by stopping his opponent Elijah Kiyokata in the 5th round. Desmond Papo also secured a hard-fought 3-2 split decision victory over Josh Tongo of Tonga in the men's 75 kg division to progress to the quarterfinals. There was no such good news though for Ebenezer Ankara, who was knocked out of the competition in the men's 60 kg run of 16 following a 3-2 split decision loss to Scotland's Nicholas Devlin, triggered by a late point deduction. Despite Ankara's exit, the Black Bombers ended the day with 5 boxers still in active contention for a medal. There's Jibril Muntari in the 90 kg who is in action today. Ahmad Mohammed in the 55 kg is also in action in the quarterfinals. Victories for both of them will take them into the semi-finals and essentially guaranteed a bronze medal in the process. In swimming, Abeku Jackson and Unilex Techi, they will compete in the 50-meter fly heat later today. Now, time now for Inside WAFCON, our Women's Africa Cup of Nations coverage. Yes, and inside WAFCON here on Joy Sports will begin today all across until the 17th of August. That's when the competition will end. The final will be on the 16th, and this coverage inside AFCON here on Joy Sports Center is brought to you by Bank of Africa and Goldfields Ghana. And let's begin with some update from Casablanca. Tournament heavyweight South Africa, they suffered a shock 2-1 defeat to Tanzania last night. Despite Banyana dominating possession and creating numerous scoring opportunities, they failed to convert their chances. The East Africans capitalized on defensive vulnerabilities, striking late to secure a historic victory. Meanwhile, Cote d'Ivoire, they enjoyed a contrasting start at the La Bizouli Stadium, cruising to a comprehensive 4-1 victory over Burkina Faso. The clinical Ivorians took a commanding 3-0 lead by halftime, adding a fourth in the second period to firmly take charge at the top of Group B standings. At 5 p.m. today, Zambia are up against Egypt in Group C opener, while record holders Nigeria, they take on Malawi at 8 p.m. in the other group game. Ghana's Black Queens, they are in action on Wednesday against Cabo Verde as they chase their first women's AFCON title. And that's it for Inside WAFCON here on the Joy Sports Center, brought to you by Goldfields Ghana and Bank of Africa. Now, we can move to Ghana's under-20 male team, the Black Satellites. They opened their 2026 WAFO B Under-20 Championships campaign with a 4-2 defeat to defending champions Nigeria on Monday in Yamoussoukro. Mohamed Zaidan cancelled out Nigeria's early opener, but the Flying Eagles restored their lead and added a penalty to take a 3-1 advantage into halftime. Nkrumah converted a second-half penalty to make it 3-2, but Nigeria sealed the win with another spot kick. Here's the Satellites head coach Maxwell Kunodo explaining what went wrong for his team.
We plan to start with a high press to see how our opponent could, handle it. In the process, we gave away some cheap goals that I think would have been avoided. Having said that, we can't take anything away from our colleagues. They did well. I think they played better than we did. We have accepted that. The only thing right now for us to bounce back and try to win the games that are ahead of us.
That's Maxwell Kunodu there, the under-20 coach here. His team will now face Burkina Faso on Thursday before taking on Togo in their final group game on Sunday. Remember that Ghana will host the WAFO B, not the WAFO B, the under-20 Africa Cup of Nations. Ghana will host, so this qualifying series doesn't affect their place in the competition. They've already qualified as host, of course. Let's wrap up with some good news in table tennis. The Table Tennis Association of Ghana, Mauko Afajunu, that's their president. He says qualifying for the 2028 Olympic Games is now the federation's ultimate ambition following their success at the ongoing ITTF African Youth Championships in Accra. Ghana ended a 39-year wait for gold at any major African table tennis event after Israel Akli and Juanita Boateng they captured the under-15 mixed doubles title. Here's Mauko.
It is attainable. Qualify for the Olympic Games is a specific objective of ours, and one that we are throwing everything out to be able to achieve, because we haven't been to the Olympic Games in, I believe, 28 years, and the next one will make it 32 or thereabout, and it's about time we go back. If we look at the traction we are seeing now, and if we lay that aside with the plans in place to take this very strong prospects out of our system, give them the right level of exposure, get them to play in a very solid table tennis-centric environment, we believe that it is very attainable.
That's Mauko Afajunu. He is president of Ghana Table Tennis Federation, also vice president of Africa Table Tennis Federation there. So some good news for our table tennis players, and hopefully they can make it to LA 2028. That's all the sports this morning on the Joy Sports Center. My name is Fentio Tahir. Fentio, back to you, Kojo.
Thank you, Fentio, for bringing us the sports, and once again, happy birthday to Hannah. We wish her all the best. It's 7:55, and as we announced earlier this morning, at 8 we bring you the inaugural edition of the EcoBank Joy Business Financial Dialogue Series. The EcoBank Joy Business Financial Dialogue Series is a big event for us, and we know it's been packaged just for you. And this morning, the theme is on driving financial inclusion through digital transformation. We are going to have a series of conversations in the coming weeks, and our hope is to deepen financial inclusion, fight fraud, ensure there is access, and lead a conversation on how we can fund our economy, fund businesses, support families and peoples to grow their wealth, and build the Ghana we want financially. That's what Joy Business and EcoBank have partnered to do. So there's a lot coming. There's a lot packed for you this morning from 8 a.m. here on the Super Morning Show. But and that's our big story, really. Our big story this morning is the conversation. The big conversation is the Financial Dialogue Series. And big stories are brought to you by Telecel Connecting Energies, Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa, and Awake Mineral Water, One for Life. And your messages so far on the show have been brought to you and delivered by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, number 10, Liver Salt, a refreshing relief, and Cowbell Coffee with you every moment. Wednesday, Namwa will be hosting the Financial Dialogue Series. And it will be live here on Joy News and also on our social channels. So if you can't listen to radio because you'd be in the office or watch TV, you can still tune in on your phone, your tablet, your computer at the office by following Joy 99.7 FM on Facebook, on X, on YouTube. Joy News as well on Facebook, X, YouTube, and even on TikTok, and get and be a part of the conversation. Now, if you are traveling and you are used to switching off your data because you are traveling and you can't afford data, Telecel is making it easy for you. The Telecel World Plus roaming bundles, those bundles, they give you unmatched value and the best rates across up to 100 countries, including every country in Africa, all the 54 countries in Africa. So you don't have to land in a new country and worry about how to order a ride, find your hotel. Telecel is making it easy. With rates from just 0.09 pesos per megabyte and incredible value on voice and data, Telecel World Plus roaming bundles keep you connected. So dial *5959# or activate your bundle on the Telecel Play app today. Telecel, connecting energies. And if you wake up every day, drink a lot of water, and Awake Water is there for you. Every corner of the country there is Awake, and it's produced by our own Casapreco PLC. Awake Purified Drinking Water is supporting the One Life campaign, and every bottle you drink, an amount is donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center at Kolibu. So drink Awake Water, drink Awake, available nationwide, and support the One Life campaign as well. This advert is FDA approved. And if you want to sleep and sleep well, get Latex Foam. Latex Foam. It's your partner for life. Don't go and buy any mattress filled with hardened banku. Just talk to Latex Foam. In Kumasi, in Accra, get the right mattresses. And if you enter a shop to buy a mattress, make sure it is Latex Foam. They have 60 years of experience. So walk into any of their outlets nationwide or walk into any shop, ask for Latex Foam and get a partner for life. Don't settle for less, go for quality, buy Latex Foam or else you did do yourself. And this morning we bring you the EcoBank Joy News Financial Dialogue Series. It's happening today. And EcoBank knows how to move money, and they are moving the conversations with us. So don't miss this conversation. And if you want to pay bills, transfer money, access ATM services, manage your finances, get the EcoBank mobile app. Use the USSD *770#, EcoBank online, or the EcoBank ATMs nationwide. I think we can have business minutes before we get into the Financial Dialogue Series. And Business Minutes is brought to you by Anointed Electrical Service. The generator experts also brought to you by CBG. We stand with you. Palladium Residences, Live Smart, Invest Better. SkySat Technologies, performance that delivers every time. And Pegasus Publishing, shaping minds, winning futures. Time for Business Minute.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute, brought to you by Consolidated Bank Ghana, CBG, We Stand With You, Anointed Engineering Services, The Generator Experts, Palladium Residence, Live Smart, Invest Better, SkySat Technologies, performance that delivers every time, and Pegasus Publishing, shaping minds, winning futures. The Maiden EcoBank Joy Business Dialogue series is getting underway this morning with stakeholders exploring innovative ways to deepen financial inclusion. The Chamber of Petroleum Consumers is warning fuel prices could climb to 20 cedis a litre from this weekend, citing rising international prices of refined petroleum products. The IMF board has described Ghana's program performance as broadly satisfactory and approved a $371 million disbursement expected to reach the Bank of Ghana before the end of the week. And internationally, Johnson & Johnson has offered up to $5.5 billion to settle thousands of U.S. lawsuits alleging its talc-based products caused ovarian cancer. And that's the Joy Business Minute.
Oh, Charlie, Telesurface broadband upgrade. Oh, you get up to 40% more data.
Okay. By me the tramon dem me drug on kwana menom.
What kind of drug are emudien?
Cocaine menom.
Na onuma eden yo.
Oh. Ahwade na ekuta me no. Menom a me nyama ne broso. Yeah. But enya de papa. Yeah.
Enya de papa so no na wonum.
So me nim man kama me at that time. Yeah.
Conversations like these have become common inside the settlement. What is striking is not simply the admission of drug use, it is how ordinary it has become. For many residents, addiction is no longer viewed as a temporary habit, it has become a way of life.
If you make some of the video, you can join them after 50
Tinker Island presents a similar picture. When Joy News first visited, authorities acknowledged the scale of the problem and pledged intensified operations. Today, drug users continue to occupy the settlement, even as law enforcement agencies maintain periodic raids. The persistence of these communities raises difficult questions about the country's broader response to substance abuse. Is enforcement disrupting the trade or merely displacing it?
I can tell you that we are running into an alarming situation. And the concern is that if we don't focus and work very hard and collaborate, especially with other state institutions, very soon we may have to declare serious public concern for the rate at which our young persons are going into drugs.
Don't know. Nijani easy. Ntomo ba wa we a. Ibo wa and the mindset say which man jai so ntimi nyai. Adwene ba say oba say oba twi bia wa betwe. Ebi mutimi ko rehab na eba. Be 6 months 3 months. Ada be free rehab ni ba ya oba ba betwe. Nti eduro no enye o. Enye papa nti youth na mo ba no. Sremo ye kura ne pese free mu. Nti sremo youth na mo ba no.
Ruler's warning carries a painful irony. It comes from someone still living inside the very environment he hopes others will avoid. Perhaps no campaign illustrates the consequence of addiction more powerfully than the voices of those already trapped by it. Yet, while communities like Tinker Island and Colombia remain visible symbols of Ghana's drug problem, officials insist they are confronting an increasingly complex enemy.
Nti eduro no enye o enye papa nti youth na mo ba no sremo ye kura ne pese free mu nti sremo youth na mo ba no mo hwe bibi ye don't try it, don't go near it.
Misro ni pakrobia se man ma oni pakronya na adwen kura se obe men try na mo ye pekura se e bejai. It's not easy.
Raids have become increasingly common. Drug exhibits are regularly displayed, suspects are arrested, and law enforcement agencies insist the fight against narcotics remains active. Yet, a year after our first investigation, the persistence of communities like Tinker Island and Colombia raises an uncomfortable question. Why does the problem continue to grow despite repeated enforcement operations?
But the greatest challenge has been the fact that our borders are too much exposed. And so they come in, especially the synthetics, they come in at will. We try to dominate those areas, but how can we dominate an entire country when we have so many porous borders?
But while traffickers continue to adapt, treatment facilities have struggled to keep pace. For many families, accessing rehabilitation remains one of the biggest obstacles to recover. The country simply does not have enough specialized centers to meet the growing demand.
The challenge has been where to put them in terms of rehabilitation. It is very expensive housing these guys, some of whom don't even have where they live, and you have to provide for them 3 times a day.
The consequence is a cycle that repeats itself. Users are arrested, some are prosecuted, and others are released. But without sustained treatment, many eventually return to the same communities where the addiction began. Without the law enforcement agencies and the rehabilitation centers working together, experts warn the country risks treating the symptoms while leaving the disease untouched.
There aren't enough psychiatrists, less than 100 for the entire country. So there should be more opportunities for people to train in the field of psychiatry.
Recognizing the scale of the problem, government says it is preparing a more aggressive national response. But will those measures be enough to keep pace with a crisis that is changing faster than the systems designed to stop it?
So the rate at which the youth are going in is very, very worrying. Added to that is why you see that in this year's recruitment process we added drug tests to it. And we are preparing a cabinet policy document where I want to go to cabinet to seek the cabinet approval so that we now make it mandatory that nobody will be able to join the public service unless you go through drug tests. So as a way of serving as a deterrent, so that if you are in school and people are pushing you to go into drugs, then you are telling yourself that you may never want to work in the public service.
A lot of the challenges that young people had, one way or the other, still came back to the issue of drugs. And so it is a big problem that confronts us as a people. I say that just like Galam says, it's a problem. The problem of drug is widespread that we can't even imagine. And in every household, you have somebody who is abusing one substance or the other.
Looking at our 2025 annual performance review, we are realizing that for all disorders, including addictions, the age category that topped was from 20 to about 49, which is largely the schooling to the working age group.
Every young person lost to addiction represents a student whose education is interrupted, a worker whose productivity declines, a family that assumes the burden of treatment, and a country that risks losing part of its most economically active population. But despite these challenges, the Narcotics Control Commission has made tremendous progress through a number of strategic interventions, including the engagement with selected school guidance and counseling officers to strengthen drug prevention and awareness among students, collaboration with the National House of Chiefs to leverage traditional leadership in the fight against drug abuse, engagement with the Chief Imam and other religious leaders to promote community-based advocacy and education, intensification of intelligence-led operations across the country, resulting in an increase of 197 operations in 2025 compared to 2024. The introduction of drug tests for persons seeking to join security agencies alongside several other ongoing measures aimed at curbing the drug menace. And the creation of a special court for the prosecution of narco cases.
I wish that everybody, like I said earlier, will come on board. let's all educate our kids. Parents should be a little more responsible.
And I'm encouraging them to set up this community neighborhood like we've done in the Accra Zongo, which has worked very, very well, where the community youth take it up themselves and decide to fight, and we support them because then they live there constantly.
1 year after our first investigation, drugs remain, but the crisis has changed. It is no longer confined in the ghettos. It is reaching schools, campuses, and communities in ways that are harder to detect. The question now is not whether Ghana has a drug problem, it is whether the country's response can keep pace with an evolving threat.
On the back of the latest Global Info Analytics survey on the subject of a third term for John Dramani Mahama. I never thought this would hit the front burner for me to talk about it, but it was published today. And considering that there are 2 Supreme Court cases currently pending before the Apex Court, asking the Supreme Court for some interpretation, you can no longer ignore it. And then you have to add to that the president's recent comments on that is gaining some momentum, and the Supreme Court will have to take a decision. But we need to even ask the question in the first place. Should the Supreme Court even entertain it in the first place? And my guess will weigh on that. Also, simply throw it away because it's possibly a waste of the Supreme Court's time. But because the president has spoken about it, there are 2 cases before the Supreme Court on it. There is a survey on it published.
Financial Dialogue series begins today. It starts today, the inaugural one, EcoBank and Joy Business, supported by Joy News, is happening today. And we bring that to you in the next few minutes here on the Super Morning Show. I'm still in the studio with Kweku Asante.
Yeah.
Bra Kweku Asante.
Mr. Kojo.
Yeah. And this morning, 2 stories, in fact 3. The doctor in Paga who donated the 20,000 reward the community gave to her. I'm so excited that she did that, and I'm so happy that she's done that.
Yeah.
Shows that we still have a lot of good people in the country. And so we want to say congrats to her.
Yeah, I mean,
and we want to say God bless her. Yes.
To receive posting to a place where few doctors are actually accepting posting, and for which reason you are gifted 20,000 cedis as like a thank you for showing up, and then you go back using the same 20,000 cedis to purchase health equipment for that facility. It's incredible. And you look at the picture, look at what is inside. I mean, and we splurge millions of dollars all over the place.
Kojo, her name is Dr. Amma Enchua Edu Apia. So Dr. Dr. Amma Enchua Edu Apia.
Yeah, I mean,
so the Paga Youth Movement gave her 20,000 cedis for accepting a posting to the Paga Hospital, and she spent the money to buy consumables for the hospital.
It's such a heartwarming story, and these are the people we should be giving the trumpets to, right? These are the ones that we should be talking about while the kids are in the car, so that they learn the great example that they are setting. It also makes you feel a little bit heartbroken, because it is a reminder that our healthcare system is so precarious, it is so fragile, that this is what it takes for the Paga Hospital to even have supplies like this. This is what it takes.
Dr. Amma.
Someone has to take the reward money that has been given to them and use it for the hospital. Otherwise, those supplies, who knows where they would have found the funding to even go and buy them. Meanwhile, in this same country, we are wasting billions and getting no results. I discovered, and I'll be sharing details with you later, I discovered that in 2024, the government spent $1 billion on street lights. Yeah.
$1 billion.
I will share the details very
on
soon.
street lights.
Yes.
The lights are not even there.
I mean, Ghana should be as bright as a stadium by now, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just pouring money all over the place. So
Meanwhile, we can't afford to remunerate doctors well enough for them to go to places like Paga and look after Ghanaians. When it's time for their vote, they will go there and go and beg them for vote. But we can't provide for them so that they can have health care.
It's a conversation we need to have. But Dr. Ama Enchua Edu Apia.
Very well done to her.
Wherever, look, if you know her, call her and tell her that you too chairman. You royal coat crab.
Yeah, man.
Charlie. Ama,
make
God
you
bless
socks
you.
back crab.
Ama, God bless you. And you know, Ama is an example, like Kojo said. And I think Kojo, tomorrow, let's give her the trumpet.
For sure.
We'll tell Daryl and give her the trumpet. But we're also getting information that a strong earthquake has hit Japan. It's a 7.1 magnitude earthquake. It's hit the southern part of Japan, and there's a tsunami alert that has been issued for Japan. So let's keep them in our prayers. There are a lot of weather issues happening around the world, weather events happening. So let's keep Japan in our prayers. Now, Business Minute was brought to you by Anointed Electricals, Anointed Engineering Services. They're into sales of ultra-silent and fuel-efficient diesel generating sets. You know it's your home for everything generators, right? So go to the head office, number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic lights. They also have 21 branches nationwide. So go to Anointed and get all your generator solutions. Call them on 024-348-0334.
let's talk about Translight Solar. You've probably noticed the lights going off when you least expect it. Plans interrupted, businesses forced to pause, and homes left in the dark at inconvenient times. Translight Solar is here to help you. With Translight Solar, you enjoy consistent, reliable power every single day, no interruptions, no surprises. Our smart solar solutions are designed to keep your lights on, your appliances running, and your operations moving while helping you cut down electricity costs. We are offering exclusive installation discounts starting 34,000 cedis only with flexible payment options. Call 0242438746 or 025604080838 or visit www.translightsolar.com. Translight Solar, reliable power, total peace of mind.
It's time to cross over to the EcoBank Auditorium at the EcoBank head office here in Accra for the EcoBank Joy Business Financial Dialogue Series, the inaugural edition. The theme is driving financial inclusion through digital transformation. And our colleague Winston Taki is moderating the event for today. It's the big story for today. So stay with us and enjoy the conversations.
Investment banking in the person of Mr. Henry Ampon. Please, with a round of applause, help me welcome him.
FM. Joy 99.7 FM. Joy 99.7 FM. Coffee in your cup and Joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7
So yes, we're going to
FM.
have the speech shortly. So you're still live on Joy News.